Welcome, beautiful soul. So today I am going to touch on divine timing. I'm going to talk about it through the lens of my soul resonance. And so what I do want to say before I get into this is it's always important, irrespective of who you tune into, that you take what resonates. If it doesn't resonate with your soul, that is all good. This is, it's so important that you always listen to your intuition, your own inner knowing and resonance. So let's get into this topic. So welcome, I'm Kathleen from Awakening Meraki. And I just want to say, firstly, I'm not in my normal space. I'm actually in Bali, having a week away with some girlfriends, enjoying some heat. And I was going to try and do this outside, but I've got children outside bouncing a ball, so it would have been too noisy. But off my balcony is this beautiful, very strong structure of Shiva, and I thought, yep, of course he's right here. It's like this big, when you realize what the Shiva energy is, it's that real, like, strong presence, and it's a very big statue, but I can't really go out there to show people, but it's quite amazing. Some of you may have seen this anyway. So let's talk about divine timing. So the reason I want to touch on this is I think it's something that we feel like it's outside of us. And the way I see divine timing is about where your resonance is at. Divine timing is about where you are at energetically. Are you, and this doesn't even matter if it's a twin or if it's something else in your life that you're calling in. It's all about your embodiment. It's all about your resonance and embodiment and the lessons that you need to go through as a soul. That's how I see divine timing. And what often happens on this journey is that we look at this as something, divine timing is like there's another power over us again, and that's got control of what's actually playing out. But I don't believe that for 1 minute, because we are all energy, right? We're a spark of God's source energy. Therefore, we have that same power. And so what it is, from my perspective, is that this is about your lessons. This is about where you are at energetically. Have you fully aligned to that experience yet? So, and then it's about, once you've really anchored in that alignment, it is only a matter of time until it manifests in the physical world. But I want to say this: you are going to come on this journey at some point. You are going to be shifting out of, oh, the twin's over there, to, oh, I'm the twin flame, and that's a process. You're also going to start to realize, oh my God, I am the whole entire soul. And I'm also my higher self, because what's happening is, as you are releasing the 3D programming of, all the core wound activations that we've had, as we're releasing all of that, that's all you as well, but it's just at a lower frequency of you, whereas your higher self is a higher frequency. And so as you shift into these higher frequencies, you will start to know more. That's why you have that deep knowing. You will start to have more resonance. You will start to realize, oh, I'm actually creating everything, including how the masculine shows up. I'm creating the physical separation. Now, if you're early on in this journey, or even sort of like midway through it, you will not resonate. You will just go, no, they ran. It wasn't them running. That's what it looks like in the physical, but it's just because of the way the energy's been playing out. And so the more you start to resonate with this, the more you will realize you are the master creator. Because implying that I'm waiting for divine timing, one, you're in waiting energy, and two, you're coming through the lens of separation, because you're saying that is the divine timing is separate to me, but it's not. Nothing is separate to you. And this is the stuff that remains in the physical, that 3D separation, when we've got these thoughts going into our subconscious. You're waiting for divine timing, you're waiting for the source, you're waiting for them to do whatever they've got to do. You're not waiting for any of it. Okay, you are the master creator. You are your higher self. You are the higher self of both the masculine and the feminine. It's just that one reflection is in this body and the other isn't. The other reflection is in the other body, right? The polarities I'm talking. It's not, but what you'll find is as you shift frequencies, you'll realize, oh, I am just one. And you'll feel that beautiful Shiva energy really start coming down. I put a post up about this. So in the early start of this journey, the energy moves up. That's the Shakti energy, to get all the energy out and up, right? And moves up the crown. And then the Shiva energy is really awake, and then it starts to come down. You'll feel the energy moving down. Now, it will take as long as that will take, right? But when you're just feeling it down, by this point, you're feeling more anchored, more stable. You can breathe again. You can actually breathe. And this is the funny thing is that, you know, when you get this and you can go, oh my God, I can relax, I can breathe again, guess what's happening on the other side of the coin? They can breathe and relax again, because when, you know, and it's nobody's fault, it just is the way it is. But that feeling of I can breathe, I don't feel suffocated anymore, you will then start to realize why they felt the way that they felt and why the energy couldn't allow them to come in and stay because of that energy. When you're really balanced and in this beautiful frequency, everything does start to shift and change. So just circling back to divine timing, I just want to encourage everyone to drop that narrative, drop it, get it out of your subconscious, because the masculine will always reflect what's in the subconscious. Because if we're waiting for divine timing, then we're waiting, and what we're saying is, oh, I'm just a human body and I've got to wait. There's nothing to wait for. All you're doing here is creating your being, actually, as the feminine polarity. You're learning to create. Through this period, you're learning to harness your energy, work with the energy. You're learning that you are a divine being, and fully becoming the embodiment of your divinity. You know, it's, you know, as within, so without, right? As above, so below. As within is that the embodiment. I want you to look at that as the embodiment. And as you're embodying more, which means I'm aligning to that higher version of me, the as above, so below will start taking place. And that's why you'll feel the energy coming down. So I just wanted to touch on this, but implying that we're waiting for divine timing is giving our power away to something outside of us, and it's not. You are a spark of source energy, so there is nothing here that's outside of you. You are not waiting for someone to wave their magic wand to bring in the masculine. You are energetically coming into alignment with that higher version of you, where this true connection comes from. It doesn't come from this 3D paradigm, and that's why it won't work if you're still in the ego structure, if you're still in that consciousness of they're separate to me. And this will start to resonate as you move further along the journey. But yeah, definitely you don't need to wait for divine timing. You are the divine timing. That's probably the best way to put this. You are it. When you are energetically aligned to whatever it is that's coming in for you to experience, you are it. You are the divine timing. You are source energy. You've just got to simply align, and that means removing yourself out of the ego structure, moving through all those dense energies, shifting all those 3D paradigms out of your subconscious, which is what gets reflected to us. And as you shift, what happens is you'll start to feel the energy coming down more. You'll start to feel more centered, more anchored. You've really worked through that purification process, and you simply just know. You just know. You just know, and that knowing is you. That's why we have this knowing, but then we doubt it, because at a higher level of you, a higher frequency of you, a higher version of you, everything already exists. So that knowing about it, your soul purpose will come online, that knowing about the twin that they're going to rock back up again, that knowing around abundance, that knowing around you're going to call in a job opportunity. You just simply know. You already know. And so you're just embodying it more. You're going in more, right? That as within, you're just embodying that as within more and more and more. You're anchoring it in, and then the energy comes down and I see energy everywhere. So it comes down and then into physical form. That physical form is the manifestation of the experience that you as a beautiful soul are going to go through. Anyway, that is all from me today. Hope this really resonates. And yeah, if you need some help and support, I deep dive into all of this through the membership, where I do group coaching. I have a beautiful community in there that they get daily support by both the group, but also you can private message me in there. It's it's a really lovely support that can be really helpful for those that, it's an inexpensive way of getting really good grounding support on this journey for as long as you need it. Otherwise, I've got, lots of things that I can help you with. But, the biggest thing is trust your soul. Your soul's got this, and you are the soul. And so we want to embody being the soul, and allowing you to come into this stunning frequency where you just create the most incredible lifestyle for yourself, and you realize that everything that's played out for you was always happening for you. Sending so much love.